Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek, and I'm back with some Star Wars news, surprisingly. It's more of an article than Star Wars news, but before we start, let's just have the intro. Right, I'm back. This is from Inverse, as usual, links in the description down below, and don't forget, over there, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. I'm also on Rumble and Spotify, Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Podcasts, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Links for all that stuff is down in the description, as are the links, guess what, for my 2 books, Silent Predator, a short horror novella, Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action adventure. Links for those are in the description as well. They're on Amazon. Kindle and paperback. Right, off we go. So, Inverse, where are we? Let me get the article up. Right, here we go. Inverse. New Star Wars movie could fix Disney's biggest Canon blunder. And there's a picture of Harrison Ford. I believe that's in Force Awakens. Looks like it. Anyway, there we go. When Disney rebooted Star Wars with a new sequel trilogy, it unwittingly opened a whole new can of worm-shaped questions. How did Emperor Palpatine manage to survive the events of Return of the Jedi? Somehow. How did the Empire make such a quick comeback after its crippling defeat? Well, it didn't, did it? Fortunately, the answers already existed thanks to the Star Wars Expanded Universe, a branch of the saga populated by novels, games and comics. Unfortunately, Disney made the decision to officially decanonize the EU in 2014 and rename it Legends, because they're idiots. And they're greedy, and they just wanted it all for themselves. They wanted to push, the old Star Wars out, bring in the new. That's what they want to do, let the old stuff die, kill it if you have to, that line from that wonderful film, The Last Jedi. But now, thanks to arguably the only person who actually understands the entire Star Wars franchise, as well as George Lucas, well, his protege, we may finally be getting some canonical answers, and there's a destruction of, I forgot the name of it now. Well, it was the capital of the Republic at the time, wasn't it? Apparently the Republic capital moved about every few years. But Starkiller Base destroyed these, and it was stupid. It looked nice, but it was stupid. Anyway, because J.J. Abrams doesn't understand anything about space. He just says, "Oh, it's not science. It's not hard science. It's fantasy." Shut up, you stupid man. It's because you're an idiot. Last week, Lucasfilm announced a trio, but not a trilogy, of new Star Wars movies. And one of those movies will be directed by none other than Dave Filoni. For the uninitiated, Filoni gets his star working directly with George Lucas on the Clone Wars animated series before moving on to Star Wars Rebels, another beloved cartoon, and eventually The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian and its upcoming spin-off Ahsoka. Just a minute. There we go. I'm trying to be professional. I'm hopeless. Where were we? Have already helped to re-explain what happened in between Star Wars Episode 6 and Episode 7. And if Filoni's work in live action is any indication, his movie could finally bridge the gap while rewriting an important chapter of Star Wars history. For the most part, modern Star Wars canon likes to pretend that after the fall of Emperor Palpatine, the rest of the Empire was quickly eradicated. Sequel movies suggest the First Order arose seemingly out of nowhere, while newer books like Bloodline seem to back that up. Enter Dave Filoni. Well, they did, like the First Order were just there. They kind of made out that they were on the fringes and that they'd come from the unknown regions or whatever. And but then suddenly, after the Starkiller Base, after the Force Awakens, they took over the entire galaxy magically, didn't they? Somehow, I don't know how, but they did. Anyway, and there's Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau at Star Wars Celebration. The Mandalorian has gone out of its way to show that the Empire never really went away. From the very beginning, it's been clear that the remnant is still operating along the outer rim of the galaxy. Meanwhile, that's what they said about the First Order, though. If in the books and in articles and stuff I've read, it said the First Order were kind of like doing hit and run raids, for stormtroopers and stuff, taking away kids to train as stormtroopers, doing like hit and run raids along the outer rim, and not going into the depths of the Republic. That's what they said anyway. Meanwhile, the show's current season has given us a look at the inner workings of the New Republic, a government so plagued with bureaucracy that it's a surprise the Empire/First Order, well, what they call it, Final Order, I don't know what they called it, in Rise of Palpatine, didn't destroy it even sooner. While The Mandalorian is limited to focusing on Din Djarin's journey, bottle episodes aside. Bottle episodes? I don't know about bottle episodes. They have like a lot of side quests. That's what they mean. Dave Filoni's upcoming movie could give him an opportunity to really set the record straight. I mean, they're all bottle episodes, aren't they? Because they're all filmed on the bloody volume stage, aren't they? Very rarely they go on location, if ever. Anyway, per Gizmodo, the yet untitled film will focus on the conflict between the Imperial Remnant and the New Republic. In other words, we're finally going to see what happened in between episodes 6 and 7 at the highest level of power in the Star Wars galaxy. If Dave Filoni, we won't see the Battle of Jakku, though, will we? That happened before Mandalorian, didn't it? If Dave Filoni gets this right, no pressure, he could explain how the New Republic fell, how the First Order rose up so quickly, and perhaps most important, what the original Star Wars characters are all up to during The Mandalorian. And that is the most important, because I thought that's what the article were going to be about when I read that. New Star Wars movie could fix Disney's biggest canon blunder, and their biggest canon blunder was not having Han, Luke and Leia and Chewie and Lando all together at the same time. That were their biggest blunder. But they were too busy creating their own characters and doing their own thing and thinking the old stuff were rubbish that they didn't bother to do that, because they were too interested in creating, new merchandise, basically, and new product for you to consume. Because we're not customers or viewers or fans, we are consumers to Disney and Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy. But anyway, so whatever. So there we go. So, yes, like I said, Dave Filoni, he's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And I think he's kind of edging Jon Favreau out. It seems to be in The Mandalorian. I think Jon Favreau's kind of writing his scripts in his lunch break while he's doing other more important things, probably, and sending them off. Probably, emailing them to Lucasfilm saying, "Here's my script. There you go. If you have any questions, I'm not in. I'm busy. Just get on with it. First draft. There you go." Anyway, if you want anybody to, to tidy it up, to be a script doctor, so to speak, you can give them a credit as well, which is probably why there's some other people credited along with Jon Favreau, because they're going in and tidying up his probably hastily written scripts. They fight, etc. Right, we'll leave that there. So, let me do this one more time. I'm trying to be professional. You know why I'm doing this? Sorry, I shouldn't be saying this anyway. Why I'm doing that? There, you see that like thing, and that one there, that subscribe one. So I don't have to go in and edit it in me editing software, because I'm lazy and I just want to record this and then upload it to YouTube. I am a bone idle. I'm just trying to cut corners. And I end up being an idiot like that. So we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll see thee. See, I'm not even ready now, my outro.